My bad. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. But like I was saying, for instance, you ever watched a movie and you ever seen like the movie several times, but it takes you to see it a certain time to recognize this one little detail or get a certain message that the movie was trying to get off that you didn't get the first time or the first couple of times? That's the same thing. You see, there's a lot of ways to learn things. You see, that's why I kind of stress people to, it's good to be into education, but you have to understand that you are an individual. That's what a lot of people don't want to tell you. You are an individual. You see what I'm saying? My bad, I just ate McDonald's. But what people don't really want to tell you is that, see, they group you into certain categories. You understand what I'm saying? You have educated people. Okay, yeah, you're educated. But you as a person has to be educated in your own life. You see, for a person to truly accept education and understand what education is, you have to understand education by itself, and then you have to understand self-education. You see, this is the part of education they don't tell you. You have to understand what education means to you as an individual and not what it means to you as a class. You see what I'm saying? Some real deep shit. You see, being smart's the new gangster. That's what you got to understand. And you have to understand that if you want to be a real hustler, you got to be really smart about certain shit. You can't just, you understand what I'm saying? You can't just oh, I'm educated. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, that's it. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody's going to look at you that way. And that's why I try to give people a lot of knowledge and a lot of free jewelry. But understand, to really truly understand education, you have to understand self-education to a certain extent. Because the thing about it is that the education that everybody's getting is not meant for you as an individual. I understand that you are unique as a person. You're unique like everybody else. Everybody else around you is unique in their own way. Now, whether they find that way or they don't find that way, that's up to them. But you, as a person, have to understand that when you learn something, you learn it as an individual, not as a group. That's what education, that's how education separates a lot of shit. You have to learn something as an individual. Like, for example, I get into debates with old people on trains and buses all the fucking time, and it's fucking funny because it's like if you see somebody talking that Bible stuff, and don't get me wrong, I love my Christians. I'm religious myself, but I believe in my own religion, and I love, you know, it's just a lot of shit. Just don't go there. It's just that a lot of old people be like, oh, have you heard about Jesus and this, that, and the third, and this, that, and the third? And I understand, and it's cool that you want to talk about Jesus, and it's cool that you want to inform me about the Bible and what Joseph or, you know, Matthew's chapter so-and-so says, and this, that, and the third. But the thing about this is it's just this, really. And I don't mean to say it in this context, but then again, I do. If you learn any type of religion in the United States, I am telling you right now, you are getting a watered down form of religiousness. I'm telling you, a lot of a lot of Americans take what they want out of these books and then put it on themselves to follow what piece of the book that they want to follow, or say, oh no, that doesn't sound right, but I'm not going to follow that, but I'm going to follow all of this, but I'm going to still label myself as a Christian or a Muslim or whatever the hell. Listen, a lot of these ladies and a lot of these dudes that approach you on this whole religion tip don't know shit about history. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of these people that are in these churches, they are some of the biggest sinners out here on the planet. Understand that there's a reason why they felt they had to run to the church. Okay? Peep it. If I feel that I have to run to the church and really engulf myself in religiousness, I was probably doing some fucked up shit. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of these people, they they grow up in the church. And the thing about it is that when a lot of these people grow up in the church, what happens is with religion, what they should do, right? And with their own personal problems and peer pressure or whatever's going on in their life, they have a mother-child dynamic going on. And the thing about it is that if you stick by religious rules and do a whole bunch of religious things and stick by religion the way that the Bible tells you to, what you will find is that a lot of people, or just the Quran or anything, what you will find is that a lot of people are curious. You see what I'm saying? They have a curiosity thing. And what happens is that when a lot of people are curious, it's the same thing as having a strict parent, where your child feels that, okay, well, I got to do everything opposite of what my parent says and rebel against the parent's word and authority. You see what I'm saying? It happens. With religion, a lot of people have this mother-child dynamic with religion. So in a lot of cases, when they do sin or they do something bad, it's something to the extreme. You understand what I'm saying? Because they feel that they're restricted. They feel that they have to follow a strict sense of rules, which is true in a certain extent, but it's how you look at it. And a lot of times, the average person that reads the Bible or that reads the Quran looks at it this way. See, they have a mother-child relationship with this whole religious thing. And the thing about it is that when they choose to step out of the boundary of religion, they start to do extreme shit, like extreme sinning. That's what I would call it, extreme sinning. So, and a lot of them, they're sinning coming into it, talking about their this and their that. But that's just about old people in religion. They don't like to listen to shit. So in a lot of cases, if you are a young educated brother or a young educated dude, it makes no sense trying to convince them. I kind of went off topic, but they get stuck in their logic. But a lot of old people, when you get into a debate with them, they either run to religion. So that's why I got on the topic of religion. So, and I don't know if a lot of y'all noticed this. If you were a real Muslim, you shouldn't be smoking. That's one. Alright, some people have cigarette problems when they go into, when they try to convert to Islam or whatever, but you shouldn't be smoking. You should be in shape. That gets your mind right to learn your religion or to learn just anything at all, just to be healthy and have a healthy brain to accept anything that's coming towards you when it comes to learning and being religious. You shouldn't be eating Starburst or pork and none of that stuff. You're on a strict regimen. And the reason why I say a lot of times you shouldn't follow things when you realize that it's been Americanized, which is a whole different dynamic in and of itself. That's a whole different show where I can break down that jewelry to you. But that's what it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. If you know Muslims that smoke, if you know Muslims that aren't in shape and doing all this stuff, and even if you have all these problems before you converted to Islam, not saying I'm Islamic, but I'm going to just tell you the truth, even if you have all these problems before you even converted to Islam, son, for real though, you should make an effort to stop. You should make an effort to stop. And that's being closer to Allah, whoever you represent. And these Christians out here, let me get on y'all for a second, man. You have to travel. You understand what I'm saying? That was a big part of the Bible. These motherfuckers didn't know no homo. And I said no homo, boy. Just in general, these niggas didn't stay in one spot preaching Christianity. You understand what I'm saying? You have to travel. You see, and that's the thing. If I open a church, and if I ever had to open a church, or just open any type of religious thing, it's going to be a church, a mosque, or whatever the hell I believe in. It's going to be that and a gym. It's going to be that and a gym. Because, you see, what a lot of people don't understand is, see, I don't really have a religion. Alright? I believe in myself, and I believe that there is a God and a higher power and a higher being. But I myself have to understand that I'm not above anybody else out here, and I'm not above, and nobody else is above me. You have to understand that people always in this world, especially in America, is going to believe that somebody has better than them because of their material worth and what type of value people put on them. See, that's the whole value game, and that's another thing that I could break down to you. But see, the thing is that the closest way to get closer to God is believing in yourself. And tune into the next show. I'm gonna have a part 3 to this, so tune into the next show, and we're gonna have a part 3, and we're gonna chop it up. So